Hey, hello everyone. This is Shankar from Physics Department. I am going to take a small presentation on how to do online classes. With whatever I have learned from my experience here, I'm transferring over that to you guys. Anyone who is starting out with online classes in Centum, this video will be super useful to you guys. In this video, what we'll be doing is we'll be discussing two things. One is what are the hardware requirements, what do you need to start out with an online class, and the second thing we'll be talking about are the softwares that are involved in taking these classes. So this is going to be super useful for the new joinees, so make sure you note down everything that we discuss here. So if you're completely new to this, there are a few things that you have to know about the hardware setup as well. There are many ways to doing online classes, but I think the best and the cheapest ways possible to take these classes I have taken up, right? The first one is a pen tab setup, right, where you are going to need two things. One is a pen tablet, and the second thing is a laptop, right? So what exactly is a pen tab? So if you go to Amazon and look up pen tablets, right, and I'm gonna link all the all the web links in the description of this video, so you can click them and also visit these pages yourself, right? So if you look for pen tablets, you're gonna find a bunch of pen tablets that are available to you. What it does is basically you can connect this to a laptop, and whatever you write on this pad will be visible on the screen of the laptop. Now there are different variants of this. You'll have variants which has lot of functionalities, like you can notice there are like 8 buttons in this one, right? However, when you are going for your first purchase, what I would suggest is go for this one by Wacom, right? This is a company that has been for a while. This is slightly on the higher side, and you'll notice that there are no fancy buttons, but what it does, it makes up for that price difference in terms of its durability and the sturdiness of the material. So if you're starting out with online classes, what I suggest is stick to this one, because this is really easy to use, really easy to connect. I have been using this for 3-4 years now, and there has not been a single problem with this setup, and it's really good. And down the line I think you can upgrade also if you want, but starting out I would suggest you go for this one. This is really good. The size is also mentioned here. This one is a 6-inch into 3.5-inch model. You can also upgrade this later on to a 8.5 into 5.3 inch. If you're taking classes on a laptop, I don't think the size will matter. You can stick with the smaller one. The larger tablet is useful when you are using it on a bigger screen, like let's say a 27-inch monitor. That the aspect ratio will matter. But if you're doing it in a 14-inch 16-inch laptop, it is not going to matter. The smaller one will have the same functionality as the bigger one. It is not going to make much of a difference. Now going on to the next part, about the laptop. See, there's no hard and fast rule about the laptop. As a teacher, what I would suggest is stick to a i3 processor with any standard graphic cards. If you are looking to edit your videos after your lectures, like record them and also put it up on the Centum channel, then you can increase your processing to i5 or i7 depending on how much you're planning to upload. I don't suggest i9 because that's an overkill. i9 is used by a graphic designer who would be very graphic designer or a video editor who has to churn out lots and lots of videos. But if you're just a teacher, I think the budget of this entire setup will be around 40k. It will not exceed 40k, right? You can do a simple search on Google on what are the best laptops under 30,000 that has i3 processor, and you are gonna get really good ones. I personally use a HP version of this, and it has served me well for a couple of years, so I can suggest HP is good on their services later on as well. It's technically your choice. Whatever you want, I think you can do. What you'll have to do is during these classes you'll have to connect the pen tab to your tablet. The connecting wire is there within this pen tab. When you buy that, you'll have the USB with it, right? So you just have to connect and start doing this. The second type of setup you can work with is a tablet and smartphone setup. You don't have to connect them both using a wire. It's just that you have to log in to Zoom or Google Meet or whatever software you're using to take these classes individually on both of these. And both the Google Meet and Zoom allow for multiple logins to the same account, so you can you'll have to basically log in both the devices. This device has a pen with it, which will be used to write stuff on, and then share your screen from the tablet, and you'll have to use the phone to project your face in the classroom, right? And the voice support can come either from this or this, but make sure you turn off the audio setup for one of these devices, otherwise it will start echoing. So just make sure ki one of these setups are have their audio on, the other one has the audio turned off, right? Talking about optional hardware requirements, it's like this is completely up to you whether you want to go for these or not. This is going to elevate the experience of you as a teacher or the students. For example, this first one is a Bluetooth headphone which comes around 2500. I personally use this. This is really good if you're taking up classes in a little bit noisy environment. You want something that can cancel the noise outside. So this one is a really good one from JLabs. 2500 it costs, and you have to make sure that if you're buying something else, just make sure that it has Bluetooth multi-point that can connect to multiple devices, right? So you don't have to, you know, juggle between different devices when you're using this headphone. It also has a decent mic, and it's a very good starter equipment that you can go for. This is very useful from students perspective as well, because your sound quality increases. You'll sound better, more clear, right? You'll also be able to hear your students better using the good sound, you know, headphones here. These are really good. I have used them personally. It is fine. Okay. Acha, the second thing that you can go for, and this is again an optional thing, is this ring light here. If you're taking classes in low light conditions, this is super useful. You will notice that there is a mobile holder at the center. So usually you'll have to record your face using your phone, and this will prove really useful if you have one of these. Otherwise you'll have to make your mobile stand on books or walls. You'll have to support your phones because it has to take the pictures from the front camera, so you'll have to make it stand. So what I suggest is it's a very minimal investment, 370, and then you can get this and it will improve your video quality as well as it will provide a space where you can keep your phone, right? Acha. So once you have these hardwares, the next part is which one do you choose? Like if you have a say on what you are choosing, then which one you should choose. If you talk about portability, tablets and smartphone obviously wins because the laptop is a bit clunky. But the pen tab and the laptop setup, you know, wins the race in versatility and connectivity. What I mean by that is one, versatility means like you want to edit your videos, then it's way more productive to do that on a laptop rather than a tablet, right? Connectivity wise, like for example in Centum, what you will have to do sometimes is take hybrid sessions. Now hybrid sessions are where you take class online plus offline. So there will be few people offline and some people online. In that case, you'll have to project your screen both in class, and you'll also have to project that on Zoom or whatever online meet that you are joining. So in those cases, I think the laptop wins the race because to connect a laptop into the projector, you just need a HDMI cable, and the cable is not in the way, right? When you are using a tablet, there will have to be adapters in between the HDMI cable and your tablet setup, or you might have to get like a USB-C to HDMI, which I don't really know how much productive that is. And also the cable is on the way when you're writing, so it is a little bit clunky. So what I do is I use tablet and smartphones if I am only doing you know, online classes. For hybrid sessions, I always prefer pen tab and laptop. So this is all about the setups that you can create. Okay, if you're starting out with the investments, what I suggest is first go for the pen tab and laptop setup, and slowly once you have a little bit more capital, you can go for a tablet as well, and then you can just find out which one suits you more for a particular situation, right? Regarding the softwares that we will be using in taking online classes, the primary softwares that we use are Zoom and Google Meet. This is where the classes usually happen. Zoom is the more you know, widely used you know, classroom platform where we take online classes. The other two websites are or basically apps are Quizzes and Moxo, but these are very specific use case scenarios. So if I'll make a separate videos for this, If you are in a task where quizzes and moxo are being implemented, then go check out that video as well. But right now we will be primarily focusing on Zoom and Google Meet, right? So let's start out with Zoom. So in Zoom, we'll sit together and I'll help you go through everything that is required for Zoom, like how to schedule classes, how to conduct the classes when conducting the classes, how to use a whiteboard software, or how to make annotations on it, how to take polls and ask the students to interact with you, and how to end a class and post class, like how do you export your file to PDF and all that stuff we will discuss. Okay. Once you have installed the Zoom software in your laptop, this is how the interface would begin as, right? Now you can have free accounts, which limits your usage. Students will generally have free accounts because they can just go into any meeting. Centum does have some paid accounts that you'll have access to once you are taking classes online. So once you have those login credentials, just plug in the email on top and the password at the bottom. If you're just attending a session, you can connect it using your Google, Facebook, Apple, whatever other avenues that are given here. You can check those out, right? But once you have this, the username and the password from your team, just plug it in and then you can sign into the Zoom. Okay, so once you log in using your credentials, you will be greeted with this interface page, right? Let me click get rid of this. So on this workplace, you will see your home button right here. This is the list of meetings, recurring meetings that are happening. This is the calendar to work with it. This is the team chat. If you have connections on this with the students, you can ask them to message you directly on this. And then this is where you put your whiteboard works, whatever you have done during the classes, that will show up right here. You can pull up documents here, and that those documents will be saved here. You can pull them during the meetings and stuff like that. And this button also takes you across to all the surveys you have connected, any contacts you want to share with the students and stuff like that. This button right here is the profile button. You can click on this my profile and it will take you to the web page. It has all the details of what the plans and the billings are and all that stuff. In the home button though, these are the three buttons that I want to talk about. This is the new meeting button. If you want to create an instant meeting, just click on this button and immediately you're ready to go. You can just start the meeting from here, right? uh, this is the button to join a particular meeting. Sometimes what happens is you have to join a particular meeting, so just write the meeting ID here, and then just press join in this. Schedule button is what I wanted to talk about. When you want to schedule your classes, let's say I want to schedule a class for introductory online classes or something I want to create, right? This is how the name of the class will be written on top here. This is where you can set the timings and the date, everything. And if you want to repeat this class over a certain duration, let's say there is a crash course and you want to do this class for 10 days, then you just go to, let's say, custom, right? If you want it to happen daily, just press on this button and then it will auto schedule it every day. My requirement is that I want to create a class during the weekdays, and Saturday Sunday is holiday, and this is how you click them. So the blue means these classes are now will be scheduled on Monday to Friday. Saturday Sunday would be off. And you can basically ask the software to end this cycle on, let's say, 30th of April. So it will schedule classes from now to 30th of April, from Monday to Friday, excluding Saturdays and Sundays, right? So when you go down, this is how you schedule, right? There are other things that you can manage here. Like for example, you can have a password or not have a password. If you have a password, make it easy, like 12345. It doesn't really matter. If you're sharing with students, the password doesn't really matter. There's something called waiting room. Now waiting room, whether it is required or not, is completely situational, right? So in an open classroom environment, you will be able to allow all the students to join in. Then don't check this, right? If you check this button, what will happen is, as soon as a student comes in, they will be in a waiting room and you'll have to manually click on their names to be able to admit them into the class. So I suggest not using this unless there is a specific requirement for a waiting room, right? AI companions is still under, I think, work, so it is not functioning fully. I don't necessarily use this in my class. What it does is essentially takes notes, and after the class it will give you a transcript. It's not very useful for me at this moment, so I don't use it. You can give it a try. And these are like the meeting chats are there or not, and all of this is like basic standard, so don't fiddle with this. This is everything is just basic here. If you press this save button, what it will do is it will now show up all the classes that you have for today here. So this is telling me that I have an introductory online class at 8 to 8:30 where I'm the host, right? So if you look into meetings, it will also show up on when the classes are scheduled. So you can see that today on 24th, 25th, like I have scheduled all these classes, and then it ends on April 20, right? The last class is on April 20. It should have scheduled more, but I think if you scroll down further down, after some classes are over, then it will show up at the bottom also. There is a list here, but the last that we had put was April 30, so these classes will schedule up to April 30. So you can see if you put April 30 here, April 29 also there is a class. Probably April 30 there is no class because it's a Sunday. Okay, so that is the whole idea. So this will show up all the classes that are being scheduled. Now if you want to delete one of the classes, just press the delete button. It will ask, do you want to delete this for only this meeting or all the meetings in the series? So you can I don't want these meetings to be there in the profile, so I'll just click on all meetings in the series, and if I delete that, you will notice key all the classes that I had scheduled are now gone. Okay, so these are the only ones that that were initially there are now remaining. So this is how it works. Other than that, let us just join into one of the classrooms. Let me schedule one class right now, and I'll show you what to do in a class. Okay, so once you have joined a meeting, this is how it will look like. If multiple people are there, the screen will split and it will show all the participants. Right now I'm the only one, so that's why it's showing up as a big profile picture. So the profile picture is right here. At the bottom of this software, you will see a lot of buttons here. The first button is the audio button. If you click on the smaller button to the right of it, it will take you to all the options you have, right? So if you have multiple devices connected to your laptop, let's say there's this the microphone, the inbuilt microphone in the laptop, the Bluetooth headphone that you might have connected. So if you have multiple options, you can click on which one you want. Otherwise, by default, I think it will take up the external. It is taking up my microphone I'm currently using as the default microphone. You can change that from this button. Similarly, if you have multiple video capturing devices, let's say for example a webcam, external webcam that you have attached for better video quality, you can do that. You can just change the setting from here. You can also blur your background, choose filters and all that stuff from here. Effects, you can do that. Mine one is the default FHD webcam, so if I turn this on by pressing on the button, it will just show up the video right now. You can also do certain basic settings, like always make sure you blur your background, otherwise it will show up everything behind you. So you need to blur the background. It will make your video a little bit more appealing. You can also adjust the background effects, like you can put San Francisco or grass behind you, depending on what you want, but the default one is make sure that you blur. Okay, that is the protocol to do it in Centum Academy. So let me just close this, and then after that, these are the buttons. This is the list of participants. It will show up what are the different participants if you click on this. Right now this is only showing up my name here, but as more people join in, you can actually rename them and then basically edit their profile pictures also, and stuff like that. These three buttons is also used for creating waiting rooms and hide profile pictures, log the meeting. Essentially, if there are a certain number of students and you want to log the meeting and not allow other people to join in, they can press on this button. Play a sound when someone joins or leaves. So all these settings are right here. This is the chat window. This chat window will have all the messages that you have sent recently. This one button in particular you have to note. If there are multiple students in this and you might want to send a message only to a single child, you can do that by clicking on this. Right now it has only one option, it says everyone in the meeting, but if other people are also joined in the meeting, it will have their names underneath this tab. So you can click on which person you want to send a message in, and then it will show up. So it will be a normal chat thing. It just has the DM facility as well. Sure. Now this is the react button. You can actually put your thumbs up, like if people are answering your questions, they can use emojis to interact with you. Host tools will allow you to essentially share screen and basically all the controls for what the participants can do. Like for example, if you press this button right here, now suddenly students will also be able to share their screen. If you press on this button which already has a tick mark, it will remove that tick mark, meaning that students will now no longer be able to chat with people, right? Or put anything in the chat. So that you can control like what students can do or cannot do using this particular button right here. The next thing is like these apps and all, companion, not too important. Record button. Now when you press on this button, it will tell you whether you are recording this lecture. So if you press on this record to cloud, it is going to directly save it in the account of this whichever account you have logged in through, right? And it is the paid version, that's why you have the record to cloud wala option. I think these recording options are available only in the paid versions. I don't necessarily know what happens in the unpaid version. I think one of these options are missing, but once you start pressing on this, it will show up as like there will be
recording in progress.
Yeah, it will say recording in progress, and on top here you will see that symbol here that says recording. You can pause the recording at any time.
Recording stopped.
Yeah, and then you can actually stop it also using this button right here, right? So I'm stopping the recording right here. After the recording is done, it is automatically going to get saved in your cloud and you can download it later. This one is very important, the polls and quizzes. If you do that, what it will do is it will take you to this interface that has pre-made poll questions. You can also create a poll of your own. So let's say you have a multi-choice or MCQ question in your screen and you want people to interact with you. So you write MCQ, you give them choices. Let's say the question has 4 options, A, B, C, D, C and D. Now it could be a single choice or multi-choice question, so you can select from here, right? You can also ask them to rank which is greatest, which is lowest, but I think multiple choice, most of the question JEE mains and NEET questions are single choice questions. Occasionally you'll have multi-choice, so these are the 2 options. But once you have this poll, once you have this poll, you can name it. You can name it like let's say we are in a crash course, so you prepare this this poll in the beginning of the class. So now you save this. It will ask you whether you want to save it in the library or just for this meeting. So let's say I want it for only this meeting. So what I'll do is I'll save it as a meeting poll, and it will now show up on top here saying crash course. Now every time you launch this poll, what will happen is this poll will go to all the students. On their screen it will show up as choose one of these options, A, B, C, D, right? So once they click on this bar will fill up in the instructor screen. So as right now there is no one there in the meeting, but if there is someone and press the button, then it will increase. So if it will also show you the percentage of people who have picked the option. So if let's say 90% picked up B, 10% picked up A, so something like that will show up right here. Now anyone who has joined the meeting, this poll will be directly in front of their screen, but for some reason if they can't access it, you can press on this get QR code and it will take you to a website with a QR code. You can share that QR code with the student and the student can directly access that poll on their phones or whatever other devices they scan it with, right? So there is one option for someone who has not for whom the poll is not showing up. You can get the QR code, send it to them, and then suddenly they will also be able to participate on the poll right here. After you're done with it, you can end a poll. Once you end the poll, there will be a share results button. You can press this, it will show everyone the results of the poll. You can also click on these three buttons right here, and if you want, you can relaunch the poll, or you can download the results. If you download the results, what will happen is it will generate an Excel file which will have all the information about who picked up what option, right? So that is always there. But anyway, that is what the poll is about. When you initially join a meeting, and let's say you have not sent in the invitation for it, so what you can do is you can press on this meeting info button. Once you do that, it will tell you what is the meeting ID, what is the password you can share with the students, or you can directly click on this copy button, and it will copy this meeting link to your clipboard. So take this link and share it with your students, and with a click of a button they will be able to join your meeting directly, so there will be no issues here, right? Last and actually the most important one is, how do you share your screen, right? Because when you're taking classes, you want to share your screen with the students. So let's say the whiteboard that you're using now, there could be different whiteboards that you're using. There is one by Microsoft, which is the OneNote software. Okay, so in OneNote, it's basically like you write something on your pen tab, and it shows up right here. So you choose your pens from here. So let's say I want a white color pen with this much thickness. So when I write this, this will show up right here. But this is right now in your computer. It is not being shared with the students. So what you do is you go to Zoom, press on this share screen, the one that is highlighted green, and then when you share it, it is going to ask you whether you want to share your entire screen or you want to share only this particular application, the OneNote. I suggest please use the application one, because if you're sharing the entire screen and suddenly accidentally you went to your personal stuff, then students will be able to see. So make sure that you're not sharing your entire screen, but only the application, only the whiteboard application that you're using, right? So if you press on this and then share, then this interface will show up. Right, so now it is going to take you to that whiteboard software, and now whatever you are drawing on this whiteboard, it is showing up to the students. People are now able to see your screen, and they are able to understand, or they are able to attend your classes. Okay, now this is how you, now talking about other types of software. So one default one that you can find in any Windows laptop is OneNote. You can just search your Windows 11, and then this is a free software that comes inbuilt in your Windows laptops. I think the Apple versions have Notability in it. You just have to download it from the Apple store. And one thing that I personally prefer to use is basically Windows PowerPoint, Microsoft PowerPoint. It's a very versatile tool. Now you'll be thinking, sir, this is useful mostly for making presentations, right? But the answer is yes, but it also has other uses. You can actually make a bunch of empty slides, right? Empty slides. So once you have one of the empty slides, you can start explaining this. Right here. Now after the class has ended, what you can do is and this also has a lot of functionality in terms of like you can insert shapes in here. You don't have to rely on like handmade squares. You can actually bring in a square from there. You can change the color, the default color you can change, make it green, make it blue, make it pink. So let's say you're doing a question in physics where you have multiple blocks kept on one another. Suddenly instead of a hand-drawn diagram, this looks much better. So you can improve your presentation skills in class, which plays a lot of nowadays it is very important that your board work is presentable. So make sure you utilize every aspect of this. There are other free softwares. A lot of free softwares are there that help you create a whiteboard for your students. So you'll have to basically go through them and find out the best one that is suited for you. I personally like my MS PowerPoint a lot because it also has the feature to insert 3D objects You can make some 3D objects yourself using some softwares, and or you can use the stock 3D models that are available with MS PowerPoint. Let's say you want this giraffe or this fish right in front for your students. So now you have this 3D fish in front of you, and then you can rotate the fish and show up the different parts of the fish if you're a biology teacher, that is. And whatever you want, right? So you can plan your classes, and it looks really beautiful on this MS PowerPoint, and all of this you're sharing with the kids. And after class, what you can do is simply go to File, Save As, and where it says PPT format, you just need to change it to PDF format, and suddenly all your board work has become a PDF that you can share with your students. It's very, very useful, right? After you're done with your class, what you can do is you can press on this End button, and sometimes what happens is there are multiple teachers taking class one by one, right? So if you're just leaving the meeting and you want to assign someone the class, so what you can do is you can go to the participants, and against the name of the next teacher, you just go there and you press these three buttons. Right now it's showing only two options, but if there are other people in this, there will be a third option there that says make host or make co-host. So make sure that if you're leaving the class and someone else is coming to take class, you press on that make host button before leaving the meeting. So make someone host before you leave the meeting, right? And if you're the last teacher, then press on the end meeting for all. That will completely end the meeting for everyone who is attending it, right? So I'm gonna do that, and I'm back to this. Okay, one thing please note is that what you can do here is suppose you have meeting recordings. So after you're done with the meeting, press on this open the home page of the Zoom workplace. What you can do is you can go into open recordings, and it will show you what are the recent recordings that you have. Usually it takes some time to process the meeting and have it in the record form. If it's a long meeting, it will probably take some 3-4 hours to completely process. After that, once you locate, like this is the meeting that I had just done for a few minutes, and then I can copy the recording info. And once you have this, it will copy a link in your clipboard. So take this link and then again paste it with the students, and they will be able to access the recording of the lecture after the class ends as well, right? So just make sure if you want to access the recording, just press on this open recording button and then press on this copy recording info, right? You can also go click on that video itself, and it will take you to the recording of what you did. So it will just play it for you. So I think we just tested it for 4 seconds or 5 seconds. So that's the video right here. Anywho, so if you want to go to like the actual recording, so what you can do here is press on this profile button, go to my profile. So if you press that button, it is going to take you to your profile. One sec, let me click this again. Maybe it has come right here. Yeah. So what has happened is it is taking you to that particular website, the Zoom website, and it will ask you to basically log in again. So once you log in on the web version of this, it will have a very detailed page about everything about your profile. What I want you to do is focus on this recording and transcripts button. If you go there, it will show you what were the recordings that have recently happened. So this was the meeting that we were just doing, and the recording of that is available here. If you click on this, like if you press the share button, it will immediately give you the prompt to copy the link, right? You can also have like viewers can download or not. If you want something for your students to just watch and not be able to download, you can uncheck this button, check this button, right? And then once you're done with the settings, you can just copy the link and share with your students. If you click on this, I think it will take you to a page where you can download the video yourself, edit it and put it up on YouTube or whatever, wherever you want to put it. You can also copy a shareable link from here and stuff like that. So this is the entirety of how Zoom works, and this is pretty much it. Now doing this on the laptop is I think pretty straightforward. You just connect your tablet to your PC, and you just follow the steps that I just showed, right? So we have covered everything here. If you are on a tablet plus smartphone wala setup, in that everything remains the same except for the fact that you are using two devices, right? And they're not connected. So you'll have to basically connect to that meeting on both your systems. So the tablet will be used to share your screen like I showed, and in tabs you have, if you have a tab from Samsung, it will have S Note, it will have if you have it from Apple, then it will have Notability. uh, so the default noting softwares are pretty much built with the design that people can share their screen and write stuff on it. So I would not suggest that you try to download MS Office or something external there. The tabs are designed to have a very good writing software on itself, right? I have used the S Note and it is pretty phenomenal. The pen there is also very reactive. It is Bluetooth connected sometimes, and it is very responsive. So you have a little bit of added benefits if you're using the iPad or any kind of digital tablet with you. But just make sure whenever you're in this setup, make sure that one of the devices do not have their audio connected when you enter the meeting. So when you enter the meeting, you will have an option to either turn on your audio or sounds, right? So make sure that let's say if you're using the mic on your tablet, then your phone's complete audio setup should be completely turned off. Neither the sound should come, neither nor the mic should be active. Otherwise, there will be a lot of interference there, right? And one additional thing, remember you're using your smartphone to just project your face, and your screen and your tablet is used to share the screen, and everything else will be exactly the same. The interface might look little bit different, but every option that I have discussed in the laptop version will exist in the tablet. So you can do pretty much everything that I said in the laptop version here also. Okay. Now Google Meets. So when you go into a Google Meet, so let me just take you to the Google Meet software. So Google Meet. So if you go into the Google Meet, this one is a pretty easy to access meeting, right? So this is exactly the same as Zoom. It's not very different. It has the same features. However, I think what we are using right now, we don't have access to recordings. Like we don't record lectures here. We don't have the provision to record locations here on the workspace that we are working on. So this is primarily useful for team meets where you don't have to share the lecture to your people after the session has ended. So this is a more more like a calling version of Zoom. It has less functions, okay, and all you have to do is just press start instant button, and it takes you directly to the meeting atmosphere, right? So all you have to all the settings are pretty much the same. You have the share button from here. You can share your windows or your entire screen from here. This is the audio button, this is the video button, and pretty much the same, and you just leave the call using this button, right? So that's pretty much the same thing. So and you can also join the meeting by clicking, and this everything is, you don't have to install a different software for this. It just happens like you just go to you Google search Google Meet, and it directly takes you there. So it's a little bit more handy or more easy to access compared to Zoom, but we don't have certain features in here, so it is not very much useful in taking classes if you're worrying about the sharing the recording afterwards and stuff like that. So yeah, you can test this out as well. It is pretty much the same thing as Zoom. It is not very different. Make sure if you have like a paid version or the Google Premium version, then you'll be able to record as well. But if you're trying to access this using your company mail, then you'll not have access to recording and stuff like that.